All right, last one that you might have to fix is, so if the ball ends up in the corner, okay, and obviously there's really only one place for him to pass it, which would be this guy. So let's say he passes it and he can't screen away because you can't screen for somebody in the crowd out of bounds, right? So cut, right? So he cuts to the basket, not there, okay? Where does he now replace, right? Sometimes if you pass out of the corner and cut, you have to just replace where you came from, right? That's one way to fix it. Now the ball's here, right? Now, coach, you may cut. Now you're just filling up, right? So sometimes if you pass out of the corner, you might have to replace yourself. That's totally fine. Okay, let's say this time the ball's in the corner, okay, and we pass it and he cuts, okay? Another thing we can do is dribble replace, like we mentioned before, where Coach Kevin can now kind of dribble over, maybe test driving it. Now where's the open spot, right? Now I fill over, okay? Now you guys fill over, and now the guy that cut can kind of rebalance the floor on the weak side. So again, just a couple different ways to fix getting unbalanced. So obviously basketball is not perfect. It's going to be chaotic. It's never going to go as you scripted, right? It's basketball. You have to adjust on the fly. So, you know, one example would be, right, if we're in our 5-out, let's say we're passing and cutting, passing and screen away, whatever. I enter it, okay? I'm screening away for Coach David. He curls, okay? And let's say this player right here just kind of freezes or gets confused or locked, whatever, and we don't fill over right away. That's fine, okay? The person with the ball can dribble fill, right? So to kind of balance the floor out, right? He can dribble it to the center. Now David knows he can fill that spot, right? And we're playing from here. That's just one example. Dribble fills, right? Can occur anywhere on the court, right? So we don't just have to fill these spots with somebody that just cut or screened or whatever. We can use the person that has the basketball to fill that spot to rebalance if we need to. Pass it in, Jamil. Okay, let's say you cut through, right? We fill over, okay, boom. Yep, hit me, okay, Kevin cuts through. Coach David fills up. Let's say Coach Kevin gets confused and he fills out to that side where there's technically not an open spot, right? That's gonna happen and that's okay, right? So I call this 3 on offense. So you'll be in the corner, Kev, right? 3 on offense where, again, it's gonna happen, it's basketball, right? So now what has to happen is we got to fix it, right? So it's okay, but what might happen is if I now pass it away and I cut, okay? I cut through, I don't get it, okay? You're filling over, okay? We can just fix it on the next one. It's not the end of the world. The main purpose is, right, keep the ball moving, keep getting to the next thing, and fix it on the next one, right? There's always that opportunity. If we end up with 3 on a side, we technically fill a spot that's not there, it's not the end of the world. The other thing we can do, which is good, if we end up with 3 on a side, technically, okay, is cut, right? So let's say David may have it and he throws it to me, okay? I throw it here, right? The person in the middle, right, I call it 3 on offense, automatically cuts, right? That's a good action. Cut through, okay? And then we're kind of back into it and we're back balanced to our 5 spots. So that's a question we get a lot with this is if we get out of whack or we get unbalanced, those are just some easy ways to get the floor back balanced and back in sync.